Okay, Mr. Sotomayor, Rachel Rivera, I'm making this video in response to your video about black people. Not liking black people, so why should anyone else? And mixed people and whatever should not be considered as black or called black or claimed black. Now, up until yesterday, when I saw the mixed video, I have always called or claimed to be a black Hispanic. Now, the issue that I have is that I've heard so much from you that I also agree with and can relate to, even the things that I fixed about myself. Now, I find it kind of hypocritical whenever you upload a video about black people not liking black people because they disrespect and make jokes towards black people who have dark skin, like the happy guy. All I seen when I seen it was not, ooh, black guy, ooh, this, tar, blah, 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 black, blurple, blue, whatever the crap other black people say. All I seen was a happy man that had a genuine smile on his face, so it made me smile. Now, I've always been accustomed and been drawn to dark skin, whether Hispanic, Mexican, Cuban, Puerto Rican, black, whatever race, nationality, whatever you are, I've always been drawn to dark skin because I didn't grow up with that. And to say that black people don't like black people when they do that, and then to tell light-skinned people or people with fine hair or different features that we're not black, to me that's kind of defeating the purpose of trying to build black people as a whole and to unite us. And when you're still saying, hey, we're wrong doing this, but when somebody mixes with another nationality, then they're not black. They're their own people. To me, I feel like that it doesn't make sense to me. And you've even uploaded a video from me thanking you about my children being back in their father's life after 7 years. My husband, black man, dark black man. You uploaded it, black woman says that Tommy helped her family reunite after 7 years. Now, when you go through my videos, you can see my children are different tones and different shades of black. Now, to tell me that I'm not a black person, but my children are, does not make sense to me. To tell me I'm not a black person, but my parent doesn't make sense to me. Because the way I see it, mixing races is not necessarily meaning that we're not proud of who we are. It just means that we may have found something elsewhere, but that doesn't make our children less just because they're lighter or they're proper or they speak a certain way or don't know much about the culture. Because me personally, growing up, I was raised by Mexicans. I was brought up with that culture, the cooking, the cleaning, things like that. So, and then I always reached out. I've constantly as a child reached out so much to black people that constantly tell me you're white because of the way you speak, or you're not a real black person because of this. Your mom's not black. Or whenever it comes down to certain white people being around and then there's one other black person, she's like, no, we're black. We're black. We're black. We're black. So to look on your page and comment and say, I got sick and tired of hearing how black I'm not or how black I am, and then you tell me that I'm rambling or that I don't make sense because it's something that actually upset me to the point of tears, that to me is just a big contradiction of what you said today about, or whatever, whenever you uploaded the video. It was a contradiction of yourself by saying that black people should not be speaking this way about black people, and yet you shun me and say I'm not black after you called me a black mother. Even seeing my video and seeing my last name was Rivera. So to me, it's a contradiction, and I agree, and it was the thing that hurt me the most, which I understand it's not your problem or whatever. That's my childhood coming back to me, just bringing up old emotions, and it was just really, really difficult. But the thing that upset me the most is how I can see the physiological reasoning behind the way you speak to people and what you're doing, because I think that it is a great thing that you're doing. It's a great message. And with a lot of us, with our anger, the only thing we hear is anger. So if you hear anger in the tone, naturally it's going to get your attention. As far as these other idiots over here unliking or disliking and making fake profiles, that crap's childish. I'm going to come to you and I'm going to speak to you and tell you what issues I have with what you've said. It's not going to change anything that you've said. I just want to get a better idea of this. So whenever I tell you how I feel and you tell me that I'm a black Hispanic or I'm a black mother and things like this, and then you go and tell me that mixed people should not be considered black, it makes me wonder, this is it's unfair, really, because you put us in a class by ourselves when all we're trying to do is find ourselves. And there's a lot of issues and behavior issues and just being lost as a person that is biracial. It is not, it bugs me to the core. Not mixed, half-breed, mutts, confused, whatever you want to call us. It doesn't matter. That is the most disrespectful thing you can do. And we're people just like everyone else. And you wonder why people don't want to claim certain things or why we just keep away from it. It gets old. Ooh, girl, what are you? You got white in your family? You got Indian in your blood? Ooh, you got tracks in your hair? No. You got to grow up with this mess. Got to see this mess. Got to hear this mess on a regular basis. And then I was to the point, honestly, to where I was so sick of it, to where I was ready just to give up on black people altogether. And the words that you had, the point that you had that I could actually be an adult and see, it made me feel like, you know what? This man is right. He actually genuinely cares about black people and us uniting together and becoming a better whole, just to be whole. Because that's all anyone wants to be. They want to be accepted. They want to be loved instead of rejected, neglected, disrespected like a lot of us mixed children are. Back in the 80s, there wasn't a lot of us just walking around other than on TV. Old Cheech and Chong's daughter. So to get this in the South to be rejected from everyone and then to hear you and to really feel like I'm a part of something, bettering something, raising my 2 black sons and black daughter to be good black men and women. It felt like I'd found somebody and found kind of a home away from home and somewhere that I could relate and someone could relate to me. And that video, all your videos made it to where I stopped thinking so negatively about people and just thought, you know what? I want to do this. I want to do better. I want to do better for black people instead of just myself or just my family, my kids. So whenever you did that, I felt like you kind of spit in my face by telling me this doesn't this has nothing to do with me. This isn't my fight because I'm not one of you. I'm not a black person. I'm other. So it's hard to understand and to accept or to even listen to a lot of things, because I still agree with the majority of what you say. Don't get me wrong, but to tell me that I'm less than or other than when I've just been trying to relate, I guess. I never was able to relate. I was always able just to be me, and that's what helped me be so happy and love myself, because I constantly got turned away and pushed away from everybody, so I became my own person and my own self and loved myself. But there was always this anger and this having to prove something to somebody all the time, and it got really old. Going out there, I mean, I'm about to be 30 years old next year, so for me to be angry to the point of putting my hands or wanting to put my hands on somebody or anything like that, I could always see myself in a lot of these videos and fix myself. But now it's like I'm rejecting myself because black people reject me. To see how many people were actually angry at the fact of someone that looks like me claiming to be black because I am, it just goes over my head, and I don't understand at all. And I don't have respect for people who are willing to judge, ridicule, and talk down to people because of their religious beliefs, their race, their nationality, anything like that. I'm just not a hateful person, and I'm not confrontational. It's why when I mentioned that and you, to me, belittled me in that condescending kind of, you're just rambling type of text, I actually went out of my way to apologize to you for the way that I handled myself. Even with the kicking while down and, well, you're angry and this and that, I understand because I have been that way. But are you willing to at least understand or hear me on, or understand in any way, form, or fashion what I'm getting at here? How you cannot build black people while segregating the rest of us and pushing us away? Because that you cannot help being black any more or less than I can handle. I mean, that I could have anything to do with or change the fact that my mother is a Mexican woman. So with that being said, I don't understand pushing me away when I'm trying, one of the few people that actually cares to speak up on black issues or culture and things like this of my nature, because these are my children. My children are going to have to deal with this stuff. So are you getting me? Are you understanding what I'm coming at? Or is this just like some angry black woman or angry non-black woman trying to go out of her way to degrade or downplay anything? Because I think you're doing really well. Everything that you're saying is really good, lighting a fire under people's asses, but I don't know how to say it without sounding ignorant or coming off as an angry person, but it's like you lost, and you're not doing this for fans or respect or money, whatever. That's fine. We can all say whatever we want to for whatever reasons, but that killed a lot of my respect whenever you killed my pride. You made me cry. You made me feel like crap for being who I am and who I can't help. And that is something that I've had to deal with my entire life. And this just solidified in my mind how black people feel about me, have always felt about me, and will always feel about me and my lighter children. My husband's black as I don't know what, but my kids took my color. And it makes no sense to me, them having to grow up and be rejected or feel less than because of the texture of their hair, the color of their skin. Black people have always gone through that, and for you to do that to black people that happen to be mixed, it's not making you any different than anyone else in my eyes. So I just wanted to at least speak on what I feel in my heart was wrong for you to do. And I understand you don't care, blah, blah, blah. You can say, fuck you, bitch, hoe, whatever the hell you want to call me is fine. But I just want you to understand what you did to me. It was kind of like my inner child. It's like you found her and you just pushed her down in the mud, face first. So I just want to let you know that's just one thing that, I'm always going to get back up. I don't really care. You can keep on pushing and degrading and talking down about people, but I just want you to know it hurts and it's not fair to me, but you kicked my inner kid. You have a good day. Bye.